Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and the other day I was watching a video by Doc over at Last Best Tool, and one of the things that he was talking about is maybe leaving individual adapters, in this case a quarter square to quarter hex, on every single one of the sockets. Rather than switching them at the adapter level, you switch them at the point of entry into the tool. And I thought that's kind of an interesting idea, especially with these icon swivel sockets, which are a fairly good value, I guess, for the price. They are kind of expensive for an icon tool, but when you get into the snap-on prices, they're just absurd. I mean, but anyway, so I thought I'd give that a shot just to see what happens. And I've got the SAE version and I've got the metric version. So one of the things I did is I went into town and swung by the Home Depot and literally bought them out of all of these adapters. So if you go there this weekend and you're looking around and you can't find those, it's not the tariffs. It was this project. But anyway, there are several different ones, and I was able to get these. I have the Milwaukee Shockwaves. I got enough of those. I needed 11 for the icon swivel socket metric set, and I needed 6 for the SAE. And I wanted to use like the plain DeWalt ones for the SAE, so I didn't get them mixed up. So I would be looking at, you know, the difference there. But I ended up, I couldn't find, I ran out of these guys. Could go somewhere else. I probably will to straighten this out, but that's the way I'm going to set it up. So what I'd end up doing is literally getting one of these sub $4 adapters for every single one of these sockets. And that allows several different things to happen. The more I was kind of playing around with the idea, and it opens up probably the speed and use of many of these drivers that I have, whether they're hex locking, ratcheting, T-handles, things like that. This is what it would look like. I'll go ahead and finish this. Here are the SAE ones. Diablo and DeWalt both have these plain ones, so I could get, you know, either one of those. And the idea here is to maybe carry them less organized in the rail and in the bags. Here's a Diablo one. So that's where I ended up. There should be one left then. There it is. So it would give me access to these T-handles quick. I can stage several different nut drivers, if you will. Look at that right there. And if I only have one adapter, then I'm going to switch back and forth, but I might be able to use it that way. Obviously, with any of the ratcheting things, such as this snap-on ratcheting round head, you know, it just instantly gives me access to this. Of course, I also have a socket version, I mean a square version, but there's that. You know, all of my snap-on and other company ratcheting quarter square or quarter hex drivers suddenly are in the game much faster. So I don't know, what do you think? Is this a crazy idea? It cost about $40 to do this for the metrics with these Milwaukees, and that's at the Home Depot place. I think it's going to make a change, because being able to access these, especially quickly in these drivers, is going to be potentially a game changer. Obviously, I can do this anyway, and I can switch it at the socket level, but having it in multiple drivers, which is kind of what I've started doing, pop that out, just throwing these in like any other adapter that I'm using. But just an experiment, see how it goes. I don't know. Maybe a waste. Maybe I'll be staging these things everywhere now. Or I might just keep it like this and see what happens. And one of the reasons is I need something smaller than a socket rail to carry these around, because these are so handy in a mobile kit. Or I'll get some kind of a quarter hex, maybe a bit rail of some kind. I don't know. I'm going to play with it. But that's where I am right now. So don't worry, tariffs didn't take all these. I did. And with that, Doc